Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a really powerful framework designed to help businesses not just navigate, but truly master the circular economy. It's called the Sustainable Manufacturing Intelligence Framework, and it's all about how a unified digital strategy can help you lead the charge. Let's get into it. All right, let's kick things off by tackling a really common misconception. When most people hear circular economy, their minds immediately jump to better recycling, right? Or maybe just reducing waste. But as this question suggests, that's barely scratching the surface. We're talking about a complete shift in how you think about, well, everything. It's about redesigning the entire life cycle of a product, from the moment it's conceived to its eventual reuse or repair. And look, making this shift happen, it demands a huge digital transformation. But here's the problem. A lot of companies are going about it in a piecemeal way, and that's causing some serious issues. And this slide just lays out that core challenge perfectly. On the left, you've got the chaos of fragmented efforts. Different departments are doing their own thing, creating these data silos where nothing talks to each other. It's a recipe for inefficiency. But on the right, that's the goal, a unified strategy where everything works together. Collaboration, transparency, and a seamless flow of information. Okay, so how do you get from the chaos on the left to that smooth, unified strategy on the right? How do you even begin to navigate all this complexity? Well, the source material actually offers up a solution. And that solution is the Sustainable Manufacturing Intelligence Framework, or SMIF for short. Now, don't think of this as some rigid set of rules. It's much more like a practical guide. Think of it as a compass, really, designed to point all of a company's digital efforts in the exact same direction. And this quote from the source, it hits the nail on the head. In today's world, where everything is interconnected and you need real-time data, having all your digital systems playing nicely together isn't just a nice-to-have, it is an absolute non-negotiable necessity for success. So, the whole point of this framework is to prevent that fragmentation we were just talking about. It makes sure that every single digital initiative, whether it's a new app for your supply chain or an IoT sensor on a product, works as part of a larger system, like perfect gears in a finely tuned machine. All right, so what's actually in this framework? What's it made of? Well, it's all built on 4 key pillars that really form the foundation of the whole strategy. And here they are. You've got adapting your internal systems, expanding your partnerships, connecting your products, and engaging your customers. Now, the key thing to get is that these aren't just separate steps. They all work together. They feed into each other to create this comprehensive digital ecosystem. So let's dig into each one. First things first, you've got to get your own house in order. This pillar is all about your internal tech and systems. We're talking about building an IT infrastructure that's flexible enough to track a product from cradle to grave and back again. It's got to be secure, and it's got to be able to scale as your ambitions grow. Next up, it's about looking outward. Because let's be real, the circular economy is not a solo sport. This pillar is all about using digital platforms to connect with a way bigger network than your traditional supply chain. We're talking recyclers, repair shops, even your customers' customers, all connected seamlessly. The third pillar is where things get really cool. It's about making your actual products intelligent. By embedding stuff like IoT sensors, your products can constantly report back on their own health and performance. This opens the door for incredible things like predictive maintenance, which can dramatically extend a product's life and slash waste. And finally, the customer. This pillar completely flips the script on that relationship. It's no longer just a one-time sale. It's about using digital tools to build an ongoing partnership, turning passive buyers into active participants who are actually rewarded for doing things like repairing, returning, and recycling. So we have these 4 huge pillars: internal systems, external partners, connected products, and engaged customers. But what's the glue holding them all together? What's the secret sauce that connects everything and makes it, well, intelligent? The answer, of course, is data. Data is the central intelligence of this whole framework. It's the lifeblood that flows between all 4 pillars, pulling insights from every single part of the product lifecycle into one powerful, comprehensive view. And having this holistic view, it's a total game changer. Seriously. Imagine a company that makes smart washing machines. Okay, so data from their connected products shows a certain pump usually fails after 5 years. Then, data from their expanded partnerships with recyclers tells them that pump has valuable metals they can recover.
And finally, data from customer engagement shows that people would totally sign up for a proactive repair service. You connect those dots, and bam! The company can create a whole new service to replace the pump before it fails, extending the machine's life, getting those valuable materials back, and opening up a new revenue stream. That's the power of a unified view. And what you see here are the real, tangible results you get from that kind of data-driven approach. We're not talking about fuzzy concepts. We're talking about making smarter decisions, having better products that last longer, building loyalty with customers who feel like partners, and creating a more agile, resilient business overall. All right, let's pull all these threads together. We've talked about the problem of fragmentation, the 4 pillars of the SMI framework, and the data that powers it all. So what's the big picture takeaway here? What does this all mean for the future? Here's something you absolutely have to remember. This framework isn't just some high-level academic idea. It's designed to be a practical, hands-on toolkit. It's for businesses that are ready to stop just talking about the circular economy and start actually building it today. And this is the end game. This is what it's all about. A cohesive framework like SMIF proves that you can perfectly balance innovation and economic success with being a responsible steward of resources. It's the ultimate win-win. You don't have to choose between profitability and sustainability. So, we're going to leave you with this question to really think about. Take a hard look at your own organization's digital initiatives. Are they all working together, building towards a cohesive, sustainable future? Or are you just collecting a bunch of well-intentioned but ultimately disconnected fragments? Seriously, think about it. The answer could define your future in the circular economy.